Sometimes karma strikes fast on paternity court.
Now I want to see my baby.
I have never kept it from you.
Don't even try.
I have never. You know where I live.
You are the father.
Sorry.
This vindictive scuttlebutt of a woman made the son stand against his mom and sister. Ms. Chandler and her boyfriend sued the defendant for defamation of their eminence. On the other hand, to support their crazy actions, the defendants claimed that the plaintiff had manipulated Mr. Hilliard.
You and your boyfriend, Mr. Hilliard, are suing his sister and mother for defamation of character. You claim they are spreading malicious rumors regarding the paternity of your son, Brandon Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
Right in the start, it slipped out that the plaintiff was promiscuous and was busy with numerous guys. However, she wiped off all the accusations by airing the breakup drama like this.
She talks to guys on Facebook, texting guys, and she has a lock on her cell phone to where my brother can't see her phone. She's cheated on my brother. He stayed at my house with his kids.
Now, what
and
proof do you have of that?
she's admitted it to me.
No, I have not.
However, Miss Chandler took a chance and thrashed the defendant. She told her to stop interfering in her life and to start working on her life, as every child has a different daddy. Woman, that was a mouthful.
What I do with my life is my business.
3 babies, 3 baby daddies. I got 3 babies with the same man.
Okay, we'll see if that's true, won't we?
We will.
Yep.
The blame game did not stop there. The aunt claimed that when her brother was away from her girlfriend, she was messing with another man. This triggered Judge Lake, so she spilled the beans over nosy behavior like this.
A guy that she lived next door to, she started dating him when my brother went to California with his sick son.
He broke up with me and I dated him for 3 days.
You seem really into what's going on with them.
It's my little brother.
What's it to you, really? I mean, he is his own man.
Next up, the grandma claimed that her son turned his back on her and did not help them in any way. But while opposing her claims, Miss Chandler claimed that Miss Jackson had never tolerated when things came to her.
You guys have always been able to come around.
You guys could come around, but you didn't want to.
You're the one that told me
Whenever
I don't
got
need
pregnant.
a family. I have a family.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you turned your back on me, attacking me, coming to my house, trying to like take
Then
my
why don't you
stepson.
keep that tater trap of yours shut?
Next, the baby's name was disclosed, and when she asked Miss Hilliard to meet kids, she said crap about babies and declared that they would never be her grandchildren, even if a DNA test determined it. And the denial inflamed bickering in court.
I have always asked you to come over and see your grandkids. You said those aren't my grandkids. You told me they can never be a part of you, even if this test comes back that it's your grandson, right?
I never said that.
You and Gina.
No, I have told you
Yeah,
that I
whenever
would still be
when me
his
and
aunt,
Brandon-
whether it was his
No.
or not.
Nonetheless, the alleged dad asserted that he had doubts. After having sexual intercourse, the plaintiff made a shocking pregnancy prediction. Okay, so that plowed the seed of doubt.
After the first time we had sex, I don't understand. How can you like know that you're pregnant 24 hours after?
I know it's weird, but I knew I was pregnant.
24
and I knew both of my
hours
kids were.
after you guys were together, you look at him and say,
How can he have
honey,
sex?
I'm pregnant.
Actually,
Yeah.
it was 24
How does
hours.
somebody who's a virgin can sit here and say
It
she knew
wasn't.
she was pregnant?
Both parties were at odds and holding grudges against each other, but babies were suffering. Further, it was put evident that their nonstop bickering had ripped their family apart.
No, you and him
This
broke
drama.
up because of you,
This drama
not because
split
of
us
me.
apart. Because 4 years of this.
But let's use proper language for the court. I know you're upset.
But 4 years of this split us apart because we can't even go a day.
Even though things were already complicated between them, Grandma added fuel to the situation. She accused that the baby mama had been using her son for financial reasons. This broke up the bickering like this.
Do you feel like Miss Chandler uses your grandkids as pawns?
Yes, ma'am. Just to get whatever she needs out of Brandon.
I
Well,
don't
for one
think so,
thing
because
is,
nothing I need that I don't already have. I got 3 beautiful kids, and I don't care what you say.
I know one thing you need.
I have never
and it's
used
better
my
shut
kids
up
as
before
a
I give
pawn
it to
for
you.
you.
Manifestly, the whole back and forth accusations were making this exhausting family drama worse instead of resolving it. So Judge Lauren decided to announce the DNA results to end this drama once and for all.
Your wait is over. You are the father.
Thank you. No apologize. Come on, sorry. Come on.
Now,
Deny
I
the
want to see my baby.
I have never kept it from
Don't
you.
even try
I
it.
have never. You know where I live.
Fleecing can push marriage on the line of divorce. Take this case for instance. Miss White opened her case to save her marriage by proving to her husband that her last child was her biological daughter, and hoped once the DNA test proved it, everything would be sorted.
You've opened your case because your last and only way to save your marriage is to prove to your husband that he fathered your 3-year-old daughter, Savannah.
Yes, sir.
You admit you've cheated in the past, but once the results are revealed, your husband will trust you again. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. White alleged that their marriage has been rough and tough, as he had a suspicion that his wife had been busy with another man. However, his doubts turned into reality when he caught her multiple times.
It's been rough and emotional. I had the suspicions that she was having an ex-boyfriend come over while I was at work. Then I started doing the snooping on Facebook, seeing where his location was, looking through her phone, because from a week after we got married until February of this year, I've been catching her cheating constantly.
The baby mama admitted the accusations. She stated that she had abandonment issues, which made her step out of her married life. But now she wanted to repent and make things work out in her marriage.
I have like abandonment issues because I was adopted. If he's not showing me the love and affection that I need, I mean, I'm not trying to like make excuses for myself because I admit what I've done is wrong, but I just want him to like show me love and affection and be there for me and like hold my hand in public and just be there.
Wow, so the mommy kept her husband unaware of the paternity mess she dug for him. But the truth babbled out in a quarrel. She dropped the bomb of another man being the father. Still, he did not throw her out.
I didn't find out for sure until she admittedly told me there was a 50-50 chance that Savannah wasn't mine.
We got into an argument. We ended up splitting up and I was over at my mom's house. He said the only way I could come back into the house is if I was to admit everything and just be honest.
And he let you back home after that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so we can say that Mrs. White's swindling risked their marriage, as she had an obliging husband who supported her and her kids through thick and thin. But her churlish nature demolished his strong walls.
I think more than anything that I was more hurt because I done got attached to her. 6 months old, was there for the whole 9 months. I was the one that cut the umbilical cord. I watched her come out. I worked Monday through Friday doing my main job. Saturday and Sunday I'm doing odd jobs to provide for my kids because I want them to have a better life than I did.
It was evident that the woman's promiscuity nearly wrecked her home. But things got nastier when Mr. White presented the screenshots of Mama's text message with her ex. Though wait, as Mama's response is gonna stun your mind.
Ms. White says, my body's naked, wishing you was in this bed with me. The ex-boyfriend texts back, LOL, you are crazy, about to call you in a minute. Your wife says, LMAO, could you do that for me? Why are you so quiet? Why are you texting your ex-boyfriend these things?
Because he don't treat me right.
Next, Miss White asserted that she was entertaining other guys because her spouse was ignoring her. However, the alleged father cut her excuses off with his reality check, like this.
How you expect me to treat you the way you want to be treated when you're sitting here sexting other people and doing all this other stuff? I'm not gonna give somebody something they want when I'm getting treated like I'm just a piece of crap and getting used for my money to take care of the kids, because every time that I threaten to kick you out, that's when you want to work on the marriage.
If you think that was too much, then watch what the defendant presented next in court. The man stood holding up some more evidence against the plaintiff, and this time, the stuff was below the belt. So much that even Judge Lake was disgusted.
So this says Happy Valentine's Day. How did you find out about this, Mr. White?
When on Valentine's Day, when I found the text message, I took the entire phone, and I still have possession of the phone at my house. That has all the pictures, all the text messages, all the calls, everything.
Even though her false actions and deception led them to the verge of divorce, she did not quit playing. It slipped, and when the man tried to move out, she decided to play a mindful victim card like this.
I've tried to leave this relationship, but she won't let me leave. I've literally tried to physically leave, and she has stood in front of the car to where I couldn't leave, where she says, I'm gonna call the cops and tell them you hit me.
Ms. White, you doing way too much manipulating.
Well, I'm just trying to fix everything.
When is the last time you cheated?
It's been months.
How many months?
Since February.
it was apparent that false-heartedness and duping damaged Mr. and Mrs. White's relationship, and the only thing that could save the relationship now was to reveal the DNA results. So, let's get to them.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. White, you are her father.
Miss Butts dragged the elusive deadbeat dad to settle down the paternity dispute. She claimed that she had a brief but hanky-panky relationship with Mr. Richardson, who acknowledged the paternity of her son, but later changed his mind when his mom interjected the doubts.
Ms. Butts, you say you and Mr. Richardson had a passionate relationship that led to the birth of your son, Quartier. You and your mother contend Mr. Butts originally accepted and embraced your son, but has since become an elusive deadbeat who refuses to acknowledge paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
As the trial proceeded on this note, the plaintiff raised the point that Grandma had disrupted by manipulating her son. But the defendant shut down the mama's story by stating that he gave her $2 and she ended up in his bed.
Whatever his mom say, he gonna listen. Today when we get these test results, he's gonna take care of my child.
Your Honor, I met her on the corner and gave her $2 and a cigarette.
Ooh,
she
he
came
is
back with me. So
lying. He
listen,
is
I know I
lying.
got game. Next man give her $5 and what?
He's
3 cigarettes.
lying. How you lie? Like, how you
Come
lie
on,
like that?
So the man acknowledged and accepted the baby, but had only seen him 3 times. The mother stated that Mr. Richardson played an active role during pregnancy, but things went off when his mama stepped in and they started denying due to his complexion.
When he was a month old, he was outside, he met me outside. Oh, he my son, he looked just like me. The whole 9 months he was his.
I never said he
she
looked
said,
like
oh, mom,
I
your
never said
grandson
he
here,
looked
your
like
grandson
you.
here.
Lying right
She
out
came
your mouth. I never
outside, she
said he
ain't
looked
hold
like-
him. She
Never.
just looked at him. Oh, he's cute.
Never.
Mom said he go in her room. Oh, he come back out. Oh, I want a DNA test because my mom said he too dark. That's ignorant.
The grandma stated that they doubted paternity due to the baby's appearance. She said that the baby had no similarity to his son, and to clear this scuzzy confusion, they asked Mommy to get DNA done, but she ignored them.
Miss Richardson, when you look at the picture, do you see similarity?
I see nothing of my son. I mean, my son has 2 children, 2 sons by 2 different women, but they still both resemble him. And he asked for DNA tests
and
continuously.
every
She
time
didn't
I
want to
ask-
have any.
Whoa! Things went wishy-washy when the defendant got busted in jail, and when he came back, he got to know that his baby mama had dumped him. He claimed that while he was suffering, Miss Butts was busy making love with another man.
She was about 6, 7 months right there. I went away for a couple months. I went away, I had a crazy past, but, I changed that around. That's another story. I went away for a couple months. When I got back out, I'm trying to get in contact with her because I remember her telling me she's pregnant and all that. I want to know if the baby's mine. Where she said, I said, I want to see you. She with another dude. That's gotta be the father.
Next, it was disclosed that Mr. Richardson was ghosted at the baby's birth, and he showed up after 1 month claiming that he was the biological father of little Quartier. However, once again, he put on his denial show.
When you gave birth, did you let him know? Was he there?
He wasn't there, not at all. I let him know I gave birth. But my
Not
son was a
taking
month
care of
old.
another man's baby.
He met me outside. As soon as he see my baby, oh, this is my young bull. He look just like me. This
When
is my
did
young
I ever
bull.
say that? You just
oh,
a
mom, your
liar.
grandbaby here. She come out, look at my son, go back in the room.
When Judge Lake asked for the birth certificate, it turned out that Miss Butts had left it blank. And this time, took a chance and brought the exhibit of, when a woman does not know who the father is, she leaves it blank to support his denial game.
You put Mr. Richardson's name on the birth
I did
certificate?
not. No, I did not.
Why, if you knew he was the
wasn't there.
biological father?
Because he wasn't there.
You say when a woman doesn't know who the father is, you leave the father's
Leave
name
the
blank.
In this case, she knows who the father is. It's not my name.
Another man on his birth certificate. Now that was dubious. But the plaintiff contended that she let another man sign the birth certificate due to the defendant's neglect. All right, we understand that. I mean, no one wants a deadbeat man.
Why is it you deliberately put another man's name on the birth certificate?
Because that man I was with, and he took care, he didn't take care of me, but he was there for me the whole pregnancy, doctor's appointment. He was there with me through everything. He made sure I was all right during my pregnancy, something he should have been doing.
Right,
He tried to name my son needs a father.
But you do understand.
I can put him in line. My son won't even know who he is, for real, for real.
All of this was enough to rub anyone hard. I mean, treating children like projects on hold? What's wrong with them? Mommy told that baby Quartier had considered her his mommy and daddy as well. And Mr. Richardson was the dumb person who had missed a lot.
Like my son, he said that to me the other day. Like, I don't have a dad, mommy, you're my dad. Like, a 3-year-old really came to me and said that, I don't have a dad, mommy, you're my dad. That, I really was getting ready to cry. Like, really? Like, you're acting like a child. Like, you brought this baby into this world that you so far wanted. You try to name this baby Andrew Marquise, kind of name his dad. Like, I didn't know my father growing up. Like, this, like, that's not easy. It's not cool.
Okay, so Judge Lauren heard a lot of their testimony, but their never-ending squabbles were making things more complicated instead of moving towards the point of resolution. So the only way to resolve this was to disclose results.
In the case of Butts versus Richardson, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Richardson, you are the father.
Sorry! Sorry! Anything with sorry, had that sorry. Look at my handsome baby.